Hi everyone, this is Nikita. This video is going to help all the first time filers or someone who's really scared to file their income tax returns because they don't know how it works. So I'm going to help you answer a few questions that people generally have about income tax. And if you have any questions apart from these, I'd be happy to answer them in the comment section down below. So don't fail to ask those questions that you have in your mind. So in this video, I'm going to be covering a few questions like which income is actually taxed, what is TDS and how do you check your TDS credit, how to claim income tax refund, should you file a return where your tax payable is zero or where you're not required to file the return, and lastly, what are the documents required in case of a basic return. I'm going to help you answer all these questions. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. It keeps me motivated to make good content. And let's begin. Question 1. Which income is taxed? Let's talk about all the credits that you receive in your bank statement or all the money that you receive in cash. Say you earn salary in your bank account. Yes, that is taxable as salaried income, as most of us know. Say you're earning interest from the fixed deposits that you've kept with the bank. That interest will also be considered as your income. Say you're dealing in the stock market. It's not your business, but you're doing it for yourself as a personal investment. When you're selling those stocks, you have some gain. That gain will be considered as income. Say you have a house property and you've given it on rent to someone. That rent becomes your income. Say you're running a business as a sole proprietor, the profits of the business become the income of the sole proprietor. Whether you receive them in cash or whether you've received them in the bank statement, all these will form a part of your income. But what about the money that you're receiving from your relatives? So that can be treated as gifts provided they are blood relatives or relatives as described under the income tax law. If you're selling your home, whatever money you've earned over and above what you paid for it, that is also taxable as capital gains tax. So income under the income tax law can be divided in 5 heads. Income from salary, income from business or profession, income from house property, capital gains, and income from other sources. No matter what income you're earning, it has to be classified in either of these heads to be taxable. Taxable income would mean everything that you're receiving as a credit either in your bank account or in cash. And out of that, the income tax law provides certain exemptions and deductions. So that's a completely different thing for calculating tax. But whatever you're receiving is first taxed, and out of that, some are removed as deductions and some are removed as exemptions. Question 2. What is TDS or tax deducted at source, and how do you check your TDS credit? Now, you remember when we used to watch Kaun Banega Crorepati or KBC, we used to always wonder that whoever won the KBC competition, they would get 1 crore, and then our parents used to nudge and tell us, no, he won't get the entire 1 crore, he would get 1 crore minus 30%, that is 70 lakhs. So what is that 30%? Basically, this money that you won is a winning. Now, these winnings under the income tax law are taxable at 30%. But once you've earned the entire 1 crore and if you take 1 crore home, you on your own would have to pay 30 lakhs to the government. And in a lot of cases, there may be tax evasion. So the law introduced the concept of tax deducted at source. So when the KBC organizers pay that particular person, they will deduct that tax out of the winnings and pay it to the government. So that way the government does not have to run behind that person and the tax gets paid. The same concept is applied in all the cases where TDS is applicable today. So say you're earning salary, from your salary, tax is going to get deducted. You're a professional and a company is paying you more than 30,000 a year, they are going to deduct tax. On interest on FDs, they are going to deduct tax. So in this manner, tax is deducted on a lot of transactions already. Now, how do you actually see this tax? Where does it actually show? A lot of people don't know this. That is why I'm going to show it to you, a demo of how do you see your 26 AS credit. So there are two ways to do it. You can either log in into your internet banking portal. So the permanent account number that we have is linked with our bank account. So if you log in into your internet banking, you will see a section wherein you can see your 26 AS credit. That can be one way that you can view this credit. Let's say you're using the first option, that is you're wanting to view your tax credit statement by way of net banking. So now I have the account of ICICI. So if you go to ICICI's account, under payments and transfer, you can see an option called tax center. Now, if you click on tax center, you can see an option view tax credit statement or form 26 AS. After submitting your PAN details, it will take you to the Traces website where you can say I agree. And once you've proceeded there, you can say view tax credit form 26 AS. And here you need to select the assessment year. Your assessment year will be after the financial year. I'll shortly explain what assessment year means. So let's say we select assessment year 18-19 and accordingly you can view or download. Now the way is you log in into the income tax e-filing portal. So if you've already registered on the portal, the user ID is your PAN and you must have set a password. But if you haven't registered or you're a new user, you can get yourself registered, and once you get registered, there's an option there where you can say view form 26 AS credit, and that credit can be viewed accordingly. So let's say your company has deducted certain tax. So you can go and say view form 26 AS for that particular year. Now in the income tax law, an assessment year is the year that follows the financial year. So say you are looking for the tax deducted for financial year 19-20, which is 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020, for this period. So in that case, you'll select the assessment year, which will be the next year, which will be assessment year 2021. Similarly, for financial year 2021, the assessment year would be assessment year 21-22. So in this manner, you can select from the drop down the year for which you want to see or view the TDS credit, and once you've selected on it, you can see what amount is lying to your credit. Very simple, isn't it? So go and check how much TDS credit can you view for a particular financial year. Next question, how do you claim refund of this tax that is deducted? A lot of people have this query that, okay, my company has deducted my TDS on my salary, but I forgot to submit my medical insurance, life insurance copies, or whatever other deductions that they want to claim. Please note that even if you forgot to give these submit these details to your company, that's absolutely all right. Yes, they would have deducted tax at a higher amount, but you can actually file the return, the income tax return for that year, and you can fill in all the deductions that you had not submitted to your company. So say you forgot to submit the medical insurance deduction amount. So in that case, what you can do while filing your income tax return, you can put it under chapter 6A. What was the amount that you missed? So say you're paying a medical insurance of 20,000. So you will put in 20,000 and that will be allowed as a deduction to you. Whatever tax the company has deducted in excess will be provided by way of refund when you file your income tax return. So to claim this refund, the first step is you have to file the return. Now, based on how this video is actually received by all of you, I can help you understand how the basic income tax return is filed, especially for salaried employees. So if you want me to help you in that, please let me know in the comment section down below. Moving on to the next question. Should you file your income tax return even when your tax payable is zero? Now, a lot of times what happens is you realize really late that you want to apply for a loan. And one of the major documents that banks ask for is a copy of your income tax return. So even if your tax payable is nil, you should file your income tax returns. Of course, the law says that if your gross total income exceeds 2,50,000, you still have to file the income tax return. But even then, I've noticed that where the tax payable is nil, a lot of people fail to file. So if you want to apply for a loan, please do file for your income tax returns. Now the reason is to claim refund of the TDS, of the tax that is already deducted, and because your income is up to the maximum amount which is not taxable, that is why you can claim refund of the tax that is already deducted. But if your income is up to the taxable limit, in that case, whatever tax was deducted can be claimed as refund, and that is why you must file your income tax returns. And lastly, what are the documents required? Now, if you're filing a basic return or salary return, the documents that you will require will be your Form 16 that your employer will provide, your bank statement or annual bank statement for the entire year. If you're invested in shares, whichever broker platform you're using, the report from that broker platform. Now, here's a disclaimer that if your income tax return is a little complicated, say during the year you have actually sold a house property, or you have some income from house property and you're unsure as to where you're going to show it, say you're receiving rent, or you're actually paying some home loan, repaying some home loan. In that case, it's a good thing to consult a professional or CA or anyone that you know. In that case, you will be safeguarded against wrong filing of returns or whatever mistakes that you can possibly make. But otherwise, if it's a very basic return, you can try and file it on your own, keeping in mind a few things. And if you really want to file that return on your own and you want to learn how to do it, please let me know in the comment section down below and I will make a video about it. Hope I've given you some clarity with whatever questions you had when it comes to income tax. And if there are any other questions, don't fail to ask me in the comment section down below. And if you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. My name is Nikita and I'll see you guys in the next one.